Hey Virgo, we're here for your weekly tarot love reading, May 26th through to June 1st. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and for any of you lovely cross-watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Please keep in mind, Virgo, it is a general reading. It may or may not resonate, and you're always welcome to take what works and leave the rest. And just a quick reminder that if you'd like to get a personal reading, I do offer those through Etsy, and the link is in the description box below the video. So we're going to jump right into it, Virgo, and we're going to see what could be coming towards you in love this week. First message coming out for Virgo today says, ship, cutting ties, moving on, receiving what you need, progression, and arriving. Okay, so this is interesting. It kind of suggests that you're letting go of something this week, moving on from some sort of situation, and by moving on, you're going to start to receive what you need. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's see where that goes. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo this week. And then we've got the message, passion. Ooh, insane chemistry, sparks and having fun, equal interest, and burning desire. Okay, so it definitely looks like there's a passionate love connection here for you this week. I mean, maybe some of you are cutting ties with a bad relationship. Maybe you're letting go of a past heartbreak. And as you start to release what is no longer serving you, it definitely looks like there could be a lot of love and kind of insane chemistry and passion coming in for you this week. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo, please. And then we've got the message, poker face. Taking a chance, risks and options, not showing hand and gambling. Well, that's interesting, okay? So what I think is going on here is that there's definitely a passionate connection between you and somebody happening this week, but I also feel like the Oracle is saying, but just be careful and see how it goes. The poker face card to me suggests that you might not have all the information, okay? It's kind of like you're taking a bit of a chance. You're putting yourself out there, but you don't really know how it's going to go. Maybe you're not really clear what this person's expectations are, you know? Maybe you're not sure if the two of you want the same thing. So I feel like it's interesting because it's like this could be a good week to really put yourself out there and enjoy this passionate connection. But the Oracle is also saying, you know, take your time though to understand what's going on here, because there could potentially be a situation where maybe your expectations are not aligned. Or maybe, I don't know, you don't know this person very well yet, so you're not really sure if the two of you are on the same page. Like, I'm not sure if this is like really a challenging energy or not. It just feels like something to be careful with. So what we're gonna do, Virgo, is we're gonna look at this person who you're involved with, and we're gonna look at you, because I kind of wanna see what's going on with them. So we're gonna look at their overall energy, what they could be feeling this week and what actions they could be taking. I'm gonna look at the same thing for you, and then we're gonna look at the potential outcome. So let's just kind of see what's happening here. Tell me about this person who Virgo is involved with, please. 5 of Pentacles, okay. So here's what I'm gonna say right off the bat. I think that you're dealing with somebody who has been really hurt before. The 5 of Pentacles tends to show up when somebody has felt abandoned. So here's what I think. I think you're connected with somebody this week, and there's a lot of passion, but I would be a little bit careful because I also think that this person has been burned before, and there could be a bit of energy of them being scared of commitment because of what happened to them in the past. So it might be a little bit harder for them to open up, hence the poker face, and you might feel a little bit of resistance. And you know, the 5 of Pentacles kind of explains why. Maybe this person does really like you, Virgo, but again, they've been hurt before, so they're a little bit weary when it comes to love. Tell me more about this person's energy this week, the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. So maybe some of you are dealing with a fellow Virgo romantically. Yeah, I do think this person kind of like holds their cards close to their chest. We're going to continue with like the card analogy, right? And so I think it's hard for this person to let somebody get close. And I think that when you do try to get close, Virgo, they probably go into that Hermit energy and shut down. Tell me more, please, about this person's energy this week. And then we've got the King of Pentacles. You could definitely be dealing with a fellow Earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I think this person, I'm getting an interesting message. It's like, they like to focus on what they can control. That's the message I'm getting. And what I'm getting is that with the King of Pentacles, that can be a person who does really well in their career, does really well with money. And so maybe this person really channels a lot of their energy into their career because that's where they feel they have control over it, right? But I'm almost getting a little bit of a message that when it comes to love, you're a person, and don't take this the wrong way, but like they feel a little out of control. Like I just get the sense, Virgo, that they've been really hurt before. Like this doesn't feel malicious to me, by the way. I don't think they're messing with you at all. I think that they've just been really hurt before and it now makes them so cautious to move forward. So even though there's obviously this really strong connection between the two of you, I think it's going to be hard for them to open up because they're scared. Okay, let's see what they could be feeling this week. Let's take a look at that. Queen of Swords. Okay. Interesting message. So Queen of Swords is air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It is the first card showing up in your person's feelings, okay? What this tells me is that when it comes to feelings, your person is very logical and in their head. So in a funny way, this Queen of Swords is kind of feeling to me like a little bit of an emotional detachment, right? Where instead of getting into their feelings and really getting into their heart space, this is somebody who likes to keep it at the intellectual. They like to keep it up in their head, right? Probably feels safer for them. Tell me more about what this person could be feeling. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's tough because here's what I think, Virgo. I do think this person really likes you, but I think it is going to be hard for them to open up. They're going to be going back and forth with that Two of Pentacles, right? There could be moments where they want to open up and be vulnerable. And then there's moments where they're like, shit, I've done that before and I got hurt. So that feels scary and they hold back. So they're in this weird place, I think, between wanting to open up and wanting to get closer with you, but also being terrified to do that. Tell me more about what they could be feeling this week, please. Okay. Interesting. Four of Wands, which is the 11-11 card. I kind of feel for this person, Virgo. I think that this person really does want love. Like really, truly has been looking for love and partnership and intimacy. I just feel, and maybe it's because I'm looking at the card here and you can see there's a flame, right? Like I keep getting the message that your person has been burned before in love. And now they're like so scared. They don't want to get hurt again. They don't want to feel like they get abandoned again. But yet in their heart, they really do want that love and commitment. But they're just scared. And it's hard for them to open up because of past experiences. Oh, that's how I feel about your person today, Virgo. I'm like, oh, okay. Tell me what actions they could be taking this week. Ace of Swords. Ooh, juicy. I like this. Ace of Swords is a breakthrough moment. It's an aha moment. It's clarity. What I hope this means is that your person's going to have a wake-up call this week, Virgo, okay? So they might wake up, have this realization where they're like, what am I doing? Why am I holding back in this relationship with Virgo? And I think that they start to realize logically that if they do want love, they can't also just keep holding back and playing it safe. This to me feels positive, you guys. It feels like they could have a wake-up call where they're like, I could just hold back. I could be in hermit mode. I could keep Virgo at arm's distance. But then if I do that, I might lose out on a really good thing. So I think they're realizing that in order to give it a chance with the two of you, they're going to have to open up. Tell me more about what actions they could be taking this week. Seven of Cups, okay? Oh, I feel like this reading is just me being like, oh, I feel for this person. By the way, I think their energy is very genuine. Like, I don't see anything shady going on here, Virgo. This to me just feels like a person who has been hurt before. And they're kind of in that weird limbo where like they want love, but it's scary because heartbreak sucks and they've experienced it. And so they have that moment of clarity with the Ace of Swords, but it is still scary. Like that Seven of Cups still represents that fear where they're like, can I trust it? Can I trust I'm going to make a good decision? Because the Seven of Cups is about having all these different choices available. And I think it just fits back with what I was saying before, where your person's been hurt before in love. And I think to them, it feels like they made like the wrong decision, right? And so now they're trying to look at it logically and be like, what can I do to prevent another heartbreak? But in my opinion, like, I don't think that's a productive way to think about it because you can't prevent it. Because love is messy. It's beautiful and messy, right? It's like, you don't know if somebody's going to break your heart. All you can do is put yourself out there and hope that they cherish it. But heartbreak happens. And I feel like your person is like dealing with their past pain by trying to control an uncontrollable situation, if that makes sense, right? Because they're like, okay, I don't want to pick wrong again with that Seven of Cups. But the reality is, like, you don't really know. You just kind of have to take a leap of faith. Let's get one more card about what actions this person could be taking this week, please. And then the Nine of Wands. Okay. I think this is good, you guys. Now, let's talk about why. The Nine of Wands does tend to show up when somebody feels like they've gone to battle. You know, it's like that Pat Benatar song, like, you know, like love is a battlefield. It feels to me like your person has, you know, fought battles when it comes to love. But this is a card of perseverance and resilience. It's about looking at our lives and looking at our circumstances and being like, yeah, okay, some tough shit has happened, some tough stuff has happened, but I'm gonna persevere. I'm gonna realize how those situations have made me stronger. I'm gonna realize how those situations have helped me to grow as a person, and I'm gonna keep persevering. So I think your person is like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep trusting. I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna keep climbing that mountain, and I'm not gonna give up on love. I think your person is having that realization this week. Like, I think something is shifting for them where they're realizing if they do really want love, there is an element here of unpredictability where they're just gonna have to kind of take a leap of faith. And I think the Nine of Wands is them being like, you know what? I'm not gonna give up on love, and I'm gonna keep fighting for love. Ooh, okay. I was gonna look at your energy, Virgo. We had two cards showing up here, the Two of Wands and the Three of Swords, okay? So this is interesting. I mean, these cards came jumping out for you. So the Two of Wands is about evaluating your options, and the Three of Swords tends to indicate some sort of heartbreak. Here's the thing, Virgo. You know how I said earlier, like, maybe just be a little careful, right? Play this out, see what's going on. I think you can see what's happening. I actually think you've got really good awareness here about what's going on, okay? So what I mean is, I think you like this person, but you're also being careful, because with the Two of Wands, you're kind of like, I don't know if they're ready. I could see it working out, or I could see it not working out. And the Three of Swords is you being like, I'm not going to put all my hope into the situation yet. It still feels uncertain. I'm not sure if this person is ready for connection. And so I think, you know, the Two of Wands and the Three of Swords to me just feels like you're being very realistic about this. Until this person is able to show you that they're able to give you commitment, I think you're going to enjoy them, enjoy their company, enjoy the time you spend together, but you're also like not going to fully give into it until you know that the two of you are on the same page. This just feels like you being smart about it, to be honest. Tell me more about Virgo's energy for this week, please. And then the Four of Swords, yeah. I don't know. I'm just getting a really good energy here that you've got a really good head on your shoulders, Virgo, you know? And I like this because with your person, there is a risk here that they are emotionally unavailable and they stay emotionally unavailable. It's possible. I think they're working on it, but I'm just saying it's possible, right? And so I think you're navigating this situation with a very clear head where you're like, I enjoy the passion, I enjoy the connection, but I'm also not going to fully jump in and give myself completely to this experience until I know that we want the same thing. I just keep getting the message for you specifically that you're aware of what's going on, and you know, if your person demonstrates that they want something more, I think you're going to be fully in, but you're also kind of like making sure before you fully commit. Let's see what Virgo could be feeling this week. Six of Pentacles, yes. You know what the Six of Pentacles is? It's a card of reciprocity. It's a card of give and take. It's balance, right? And so I think you just want to make sure that this is a balanced connection. You want to make sure that both of you are in it before you fully give your heart over. Tell me more about what Virgo could be feeling this week. King of Wands, nice. I mean, you're not a fire sign, but I kind of feel like you're embodying this energy. Guess what the King of Wands is? A person who's very confident, charismatic, knows their value, knows their worth. And so there's also a really beautiful sense of maturity that's coming through for you, Virgo, because I think you like this person, but I also think you're smart enough to not fully invest unless this person has demonstrated that they can give you what you're looking for, right? There has to be some alignment here. And I think you're kind of assessing it to see like, is there alignment for future potential here? Because we know there's passion. We know that. That's fine. We don't have to worry about that. So I think you're just kind of looking at it and you're like, there's definitely passion, there's definitely chemistry. So now I've just got to see if we're on the same page. And I think you like this person, but I also think you're not going to stick around if they're not able to fully give themselves to the relationship either. So you're kind of in this place where I feel you're going to be okay whatever happens. Like, I think you're okay if you guys have fun and it doesn't work out. And I think you're okay if you have fun and it turns into something more. You're just kind of waiting to see what they're capable of. Tell me more about what Virgo could be feeling this week, please. And then the Chariot. Okay. But I don't think you're going to wait around forever for this person to get their shit together. Like, I think you'll explore this. I think you'll enjoy it. But if at some point you realize it's not moving forward, I think you will move in another direction. That's kind of what I just said, where I'm like, I think you're at peace with what happens here. I think you'd like it if the two of you can continue to be together. But I don't think you're going to stick around if you don't feel like it's moving anywhere. Okay? So let's see what actions Virgo could be taking this week. 8 of Wands. Okay. I mean, maybe you're having a conversation with them about what they want and where they see things headed. Tell me more about what actions Virgo could be taking. The Strength card. I just think you're a very strong person, Virgo. I think you're very clear-headed and confident in what you want. Like, I just feel that you have this beautiful inner strength. It's a very, I'm like, I don't know, what do I want to say? Like, powerful energy. There's just something really awesome about your energy this week of like standing in your power and knowing what you deserve and not settling. So if this person can step it up, great. If not, you will look elsewhere. Tell me more about what actions Virgo could be taking this week. And then the 10 of Cups, yeah. Because at the end of the day, it kind of looks like you want your happily ever after, right? And I think that's why when it comes to this person, you like them, but you're looking at it and being like, can we have happily ever after together, right? And so it goes back to what I keep saying, where I'm like, I think you're just being very smart about this. And maybe there have been situations for you in the past, Virgo, where you like jumped in too quickly and you fully gave your heart before you knew what that person could give you. And maybe you learned some lessons and you became stronger as a result of that with the Strength card. And now I feel like you just approach relationships differently than you did before. That's the message I'm getting. Like, now you're a lot more like logical and clear-headed, where you're like, I like them, but I'm not going to fully emotionally invest until I know that we're on the same page. So that kind of feels like the approach that you're taking toward this situation. So moment of truth here. Let's see what the potential outcome is. That is quite the outcome, Virgo. The Sun, Leo energy. This is the happiest card in the tarot, according to me. You know, this is a very happy card though. Like, it is about blessings, gratitude, good things coming our way. So the outcome here is suggesting a happy outcome between the two of you. Like I said, I hope that Ace of Swords for your person indicates that they're going to have a wake-up call this week and be like, you know what? I can't hold back. If I want to be in love, if I want to really explore this connection with Virgo, I'm going to have to put myself out there and fight for it. And I hope that will allow them to open up and be clear about what they want and give you guys the chance to explore it. And I feel like the outcome here is saying there is definitely the potential for things to end up in a very happy place between the two of you. Meanwhile, you're just kind of living your best life, enjoying this and waiting for them to step up. And like I said during the reading, I think if they step up, that's great. I think you're definitely open to continuing to explore it. But I also feel like if they don't end up stepping up and they stay emotionally unavailable and scared and they hold back, I think you'll go find your happiness elsewhere. Like, regardless of what happens, I think you're going to be totally fine here, Virgo. I know you're going to be totally fine because you know what you deserve. You're not settling for less and you're going to go get it. So if this person can give you your happiness, awesome. If not, you'll go find somebody else who will. So I think it all works out for you in the end, regardless. But I do think there could be something really good here. If your person can overcome their fears, it could be something really lovely. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Virgo. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. If you'd like to get a personal reading, I do offer those through Etsy. The link is in the description box below the video. And of course, I wish you love, I wish you happiness, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.